Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I'm Chisgule Gaming, and for those of you that watch my live streams, you know Wardaddy Chad. He's in voice all the time, and this is his alt, where we're in KVK with 1875, and his alt started this KVK at over 150 million power, and he's now down to about 91 million power. He is imprisoned, and he is getting swarmed like crazy. Now, he is going to get a little bit of reinforcements to help him out, and we can see there are some nearby cities that can offer those reinforcements. However, getting swarmed like this is a pretty big deal. But Chisgule is mostly ready for what's about to happen. He's seen my videos and he knows what to do, which is that when you burn, you have 1 to 2 seconds to initiate a heal before they start swarming all over again. And once you're in combat, you cannot heal your hospital. You can speed up the heal if you've initiated, but you cannot initiate that heal once they throw you back into combat. So here, he's about to get the burn, or they're about to burn him, rather, and boom, there it is, and there's the follow-up swarm. Now, something funky happened. Chisgule told me he pushed the button to queue up the heal, but was just short on gold, so it gave him the option to open gold tokens instead of just initiating it. So Chisgule, at this time, remembers his training from the Chisgule videos about what to do in this situation, and he opens up over 1 billion gold. Problem is now solved, and between each subsequent round, instead of even risking doing a heal and then speeding it up or being out of resources, he just smashes the gem button. All right, he just smashes the gem button to heal, which, like, hey, the thing about this situation is that if you're under 100 million power, your hospital capacity is so high in KVK with max hospitals and with a good garrison, and when you're getting reinforced, you will have 0 of your own troops die, which is a pretty good situation. But if he can't clear his hospital, then he's going to have a bunch of troops die, which happens for one of these rounds. But for every subsequent round, he clears his hospital. And I know that the gem cost probably seems very high. It's probably in the realm of like 10,000 gems a pop every time he's going to go gem the speed ups to instantly heal his hospital. But it's way, 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 way cheaper than the cost of the troops. So it's just worth it in this instance to be smashing the gem button for Chisgule rather than risk the alternative, which is to have some troops die. So we went from like 91 million power down to like, I want to say 83, 84, maybe 85 million power after the one time he couldn't clear his hospital. But every single time he gets swarmed from this point forward, he's just going to heal his hospital. So we'll show you the reports in a minute here, and they're going to be absolutely jaw-dropping. How much damage is dealt. I mean, it is insane. Now, at this point, 1875 is presumably trying to just lose power for a migration anyways. And, you know, I would say Nile KVK is definitely the wrong KVK format for a Imperium to queue if they want to leave Imperium. So they're either going to have to delete their troops, which is very likely to be the case, or do stuff like this. So to 1875, in some ways, there's no real loss to them here because they were going to have to delete their troops anyways if they want to get the migration in that I believe they have planned. So for Chisgule, I mean, this is all just big popcorn entertainment either way. And he's got Flavius with Hera on his wall, which is a really wicked garrison combo. And don't you worry, I will show you the equipment and also the armaments he's got on, which are strong as well. And it's funny because, like, this is an alt, and he's got, like, fully crit iconic equipment with Flavius Hera. Yeah, no. Yeah, that's normal alt stuff, chat. Dude, making my restart project look like a shrimpy boy over here. Although, yeah, I mean, gosh, I've got like 82 million power. I still have more troops to lose, presumably when we defend some passes. So if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, consider doing so because I will show footage and probably live stream when they attempt to invade our, you know, next zones. And, you know, they may get into those zones, but it's fine. We also are probably looking to lose some more troops as a kingdom so that we can get more players in, you know, our kingdom as well. And if you're interested in joining 2293, let me tell you, there is a long line at the door, which means if you're a super qualified applicant, you will get prioritized. But it is a tricky kingdom to get into because we in 2293, I mean, this is a little sidetrack from, the main event here, which is Chisgule getting crazy swarmed. But we try to avoid bringing in too much power to puff up into Imperium, because we recognize that we're not Imperium yet. It's a very young kingdom compared to the other kingdoms that are out there that are Imperium. For perspective, 1875 is a full year older than 2293, and a year of extra age for your native players in the kingdom makes a really big difference on your commanders and equipment. And that's not an excuse. It's just facts, man. And you gotta respect reality. So in just a moment, the sort of 10 minutes of heaven that Chisgule has here, where he's imprisoned, are going to end. They're going to go for a double imprison, but they can't because he has the king title. And remember, kings cannot be imprisoned even when they are in KVK, or I should say especially when they're in KVK. You can't imprison yourself in your home kingdom, right? But in KVK, neither can another king imprison you. It doesn't work that way. So at the end of these swarms, you see Chisgule dips down to 77 million power, but then he heals back up, and he's back up to 83.7. And you see it's instant. So Chisgule's gemming over here, okay? And I gotta give a huge shout out to whoever hooked Chisgule up with this footage. He then sent it to me. I'm so glad to have this footage, so thank you very much for that. Man, this is a crazy moment over here. So at this point, Chisgule is out of the imprison, and he's just riding it out, man. And this goes on for quite a while. Let me show you the reports because they're pretty crazy. A big thank you again to Wardaddy Chad for providing everything for this video, including the reports in chronological order. So the very first thing we have is the rally and swarm, which is 370,000 dead. That is, I believe, entirely reinforcements. And then 2.38 million dead for the swarmers. GG. Wow. Absolutely crazy, man. In terms of the rally, 250,000 to 386,000. And let's see here. That is, Chisgule does get some deads as well. It looks like Chisgule is getting some deads here. So some amount of his troops do end up dying. It's not 100% coming from the reinforcements. But you take this trade any day of the week, chat. Okay? You take this trade any day of the week where you have this amount die and they have this amount of troops die. Okay. Let's look at the next report here. We go in and Chisgule report 2. Here is where Chisgule was not able to get off the heel. So they swarmed him again. And now he has more troops die. 664,000 dead and 283,000 sevs. So, these are mostly Chisgule's troops dying to 1.2 million. Still a great trade when you want to talk about trades. But, it hurts a little bit as the player who's getting the deads to, be taking that many dead all to one player, right? So if we go now to the next report, this is the point where Chisgule has stabilized. And every single time they swarm, you can see the heart over here. This is his gem healing his hospital, 708,000 units. So it's not even filling his hospital anymore when he's getting swarmed, which is pretty crazy. 181,000 dead for reinforcers, 2.6 million dead for the swarmers. Oh my God. Wow. So yeah, that's crazy, man. Chisgule is going to kill 10 million plus of their troops here. This is nuts. Report number 4. There's the heart heal. 703,000 were in Chisgule's hospital, 58,000 dead for reinforcers, and 1.7 million dead for the swarmers. They do this again, by the way, and we have that report. So we're now on the 5th report. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's the heal, okay? And each of these pluses is reinforcements. Chisgule had 616,000 in the hospital, all right? 66,000 die from reinforcers and 1.2 million die from the enemy's side. Big yikes. And then we look at the final report. We have the hospital instant gem heal. 636,000 troops healed. And 44,000 die for the garrison. And that is reinforcements. And then 2.269 million dead troops for the enemy. Big freaking yikes. Yeah, it's really difficult to swarm Hera. And I'm pretty sure, in fact, I'm very sure they were doing this without rally support at this point. So you get trades like this, 318,000 dead to 144,000 dead. Yeah, that hurts. 1,500 dead to 151,000 dead. Hi-ya. So it's crazy, man. And look, they're just trying to drop Imperium, so it doesn't really matter for them all that much. It doesn't really matter all that much for the defenders either. In some ways, this will make maybe defending our starting zone slightly easier, maybe. But it's honestly a sort of a rounding error worth of dead troops in terms of what a big KVK looks like. So if you want to see our Kingsland fight, where ultimately we did lose, but I thought for being an A kingdom, we fought extraordinarily well. Card will be in the end screen for that video in just a minute. And allow me to show you Chisgule's gear before I forget. Chisgule's gear is pretty damn good on his Flavius. And also, I'll get those armaments up on the screen. So you can see he's got solid armaments, but nothing too insane. And the reports are what's really insane. In addition to the Kingsland battling video, which will be in the end screen in just a second, I'll also have a card in the end screen for Chisgule getting rallied repeatedly. And there's some really crazy garrison reports you're not going to want to miss.